Yo, what up, fam? It is Nick here with Living Reish, and I'm here to do a little book review on the Book of EST, the Book of EST by Luke Reinhardt. And it is a book. And this book, it is talking about self-development, personal growth, la-di-da-di-da-di, wha-bam. Actually, it's a book about EST, as the title says. And EST stands for Earhart Training Seminars. Earhart Training Seminars. Now you may wonder, what the fuck is this Earhart Training Seminar mumbo jumbo? But I'm here to tell you that I'm going to explain it to you. Got you covered. Anyways, enough of the bullshit. Earhart Training Seminars was a self-help and personal development thing. Really the first kind of new agey, sort of westernized version of this mix of all this Eastern and Western philosophy, success and Buddhism and all this hodgepodge of stuff that came together in the 70s. And it was the most prolific seminar training that had happened up to that point. And this all took place on, I think it was the west coast of California is where it started. West coast of the United States, California, and these seminars were 2 weekends in length. They were like 13 hours a day, Saturday and Sunday, and you were asked not to drink caffeine, you were asked not to go pee when you're not supposed to refrain from, doing drugs, smoking, whatever. And basically you just sit in a room for 13 hours and you would get talked to relatively aggressively by a, what do they call it? Not a moderator, but a trainer. You get talked to by a trainer, and he would call you an asshole a whole bunch. And you were supposed to raise your hand if you wanted to speak, and people would clap for you after you're done speaking. You would say whatever you wanted to, whether you hated the seminar, whether you were getting results from it, whatever. And so this book came out after these seminars were done, and it was a synopsis of what the seminar was, because it was such like an epic thing that we hadn't seen before, at least in the West. And the book itself is a journey through this 2-weekend experience, and sort of an amalgamation from the point of view of the author, who went to a few of these seminars. And the progression from the people coming in with their skepticism to the bullshit and mental distortions that like the seminar kind of helped take away and see, and then to like the second weekend where they started to see results, and then like lose their resistance to the actual seminar, where they stopped like just totally being like, this is fucking stupid, and they got what they got from it, and they didn't get what they didn't get from it, which is, this is like a key kind of like Zen saying that I got from the book, where you weren't really supposed to get anything, and if you did get something, you got something, sort of deal. One of those Zen truisms, circle loop things in your brain, makes you think about stuff. Anyways, relevant factors from this book, now that I've just spent 4 minutes blathering around on whatever the fuck that was. Feel inside of your body, and instead of trying to resist an emotion or a feeling, you go into it and try to expand it and intensify it, and that way you get past it. And the point was that, like, we've been running from these feelings and it's just not working, It's not working to run away. And then the other key point that I got was a rephrase of one of the quotes from the book, which was that like these guys, some of the people get to this point where they're just like laughing hysterically, and they're like, okay, why are you laughing? And the people who are laughing are like, because I finally realized, like, I thought like I was like super unique and this special little butterfly, but really I was like, we're all pretty machine-like and mechanical in the way that, you know, there's a stimulus and then we have a certain response to the stimulus, and we start thinking that we're all special because we have this certain response, and it's slightly different from, you know, Jane over here or Jim over there, and we think we're unique and like a special butterfly, and the point that the laughing guy made was like, we're all just machines, so we might as well just sit back and kind of enjoy the ride. And that was the 5-minute Book of EST synopsis that I just gave you in 6 minutes, 25 seconds now, 26 seconds, 27 seconds, 28. Okay, that's all done. I'm going to let you go. Read the book. It's really good. Again, the Book of EST by Luke Reinhardt. It's a little trippy. You're going to sit in your room at night reading it, and you're going to be like, oh, they're like talking to me. This applies to me. What the fuck? This applies to me. What the fuck? This applies to me. And that's going to happen a whole bunch. So enjoy it. It's a fun ride. And peace.